Now AP. Now we know this terminology, right? A that means first term, D that means common difference. So now AP. Now AP, first term is A. First term is A. Every time difference D is added, right? Every time we need to add the difference D. So first term A, second term A plus B, third term here A plus B plus B. So A plus 2D, after that A plus 3D, A plus 4D. Okay, again our first term is represented by A. Okay, every time difference D is added, this difference D itself, it can be positive number, otherwise negative number. If increasing series is that, so difference D is positive. If decreasing series is that, so difference D is negative. But right now for the formula, first of all first term A, after that every time difference D is added. Okay, so first term A plus D. Now our second term is A plus B, again we need to add D. So alternately it is A plus 2D. Okay, now in next term A plus 3D, A plus 4D. Now this is our first term, this is our second term, this is our third term, and so on. Okay, now every time A is there, every time A is there, right? Now if we want to find the nth term, so here we are generating the formula of A. Okay, every time A is there, so here even A is there. Now here in first term there is no D, so we can write like this, plus 0D, right? In first term 0D, second term 1D, third term 2D, fourth term 3D. That means here this value is less than 1, right? Here 1 is there, so 1 minus 1 0. Here 2 is there, 2 minus 1 1. 3 is there, 3 minus 1 2. 4 is there, so 4 minus 1 3. So n is there, so here n minus 1D. Okay, here in first term 1 minus 1 0D, 2 minus 1 1D, 3 minus 1 2D, 4 minus 1 3D. So similarly n minus 1D. So this is the formula of our nth term, A plus n minus 1D. If very big series is that, if we want to find the 100th term, so we do not need to write the whole series. If we want to find the 100th term, so we do not need to write the whole series, but directly we can get the value of that term by using this formula. Okay, so directly we can find the 100th term, otherwise any term of a series, by using the formula of A. Okay, if you want to find the 78th term, okay, so A78, so put the value n is equal to 78, use this formula, you will get the value of your 78th term. So whatever number of term you want, you can find by using this formula. Okay, so here some formulas are there for finding out nth term. That means if you want to find any term of an AP, for finding out nth term, if you want to find any term of an AP, so you can directly find that term by using this formula. An is equal to A plus n minus 1D. Okay, if you want to find the 87th term, so A87 is equal to A plus 87 minus 1D. So you can directly find the any term of an AP by using this formula. Okay, one more thing, here we are finding the term. Okay, here we are finding the nth term, and nth term is represented by an. Okay, here we are finding out the nth term, and nth term it is represented by an, nth term. So an is equal to A plus n minus 1D. This formula you need to remember. After that, for finding out the sum of first nth term, if you want to find the sum of first nth term, so here we already learned one terminology, SN, addition of first nth term. It is represented by SN. right? It is represented by Sn. So for finding out the sum of first nth term, we need to use Sn. So here formula of Sn are there. Okay. Now for Sn we have two conditions. If A, that means our first term, and that means order of term, D, that means difference are given, then we can use this formula. Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. For finding out the sum of first n term, it is represented by Sn, right? It is represented by Sn. And if value of A, value of n, and value of D are given to you, then you can find the Sn by using this formula, n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay. After that, second condition, if A, that means first term, and the last term L are given. Okay. If first term and the last term are given, if first term and last term are given, then you can use this formula. Okay. If A and the last term L, here first term and last term are given, then you can simply find out by Sn by using this formula, n by 2 A plus L. A that means first term, L that means last term. Okay. So here two formula are there for the Sn. If A and D are given, then we can use this formula. If first term and last term are given, then we can use this formula. Here last term, that means nth term, it is also represented by an. Okay, so here in place of L we can write an. Okay, so here we just use the term an. Okay, because last term that means our nth term, and that means total number of term, right? If total 10 terms are there, so last term that means a10, because last term is 10th term, so it is represented by a10, right? And 10 is the value of n, that means a. So last term alternately it means that an. Okay, alternately our last term is equal with the an. So here if a and last term a are given to you, so we can use this formula, Sn is equal to n by 2 in bracket a plus an. So students, this 3 is very important formula for you. So just learn this formula. Okay. After that, some more things related to this chapter. Here A that means what? A that means first term. Okay. Now A2 means what? Second term. A3 means what? Third term. A4 means what? Fourth term. A5 means what? Fifth term. So similarly A1 means what? First term, right? A1 it means first term, and first term being represented by A. That means alternately A and A1 both are equal, because A that means first term and A1 it is also first term, right? So A and A1 both are equal. After that, S1. S1 means what? We already learned about the Sn, right? S1 that means sum of first term. S1 that means sum of first term. Now think about the S2. S2 that means sum of first two term, that means A plus A2. S3 sum of first three terms, A plus A2 plus A3. S4 sum of first four terms, A plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. So similarly S1 that means only first term. Okay, sum of only one term, it is same. Sum of one term, it is same. So S1 and A both are equal. Okay, in S2 first term plus second term, S3 first term plus second term plus third term. But in S1 only one term is there. So S1 and A both are equal. Alternatively we can say that A is equal to A1 is equal to S1. Okay, alternatively we can say that A is equal to A1 is equal to S1. Okay, after that think about the A2. Here we have one formula. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 2. If we want to find the A2, so in place of n we need to write 2. But one more formula we have in terms of Sn. One more formula we have for An in terms of Sn. Okay. So A2 is, it means what? We can write like this: A1 plus A2 minus A1. A1 plus A2 minus A1. So A1 cut and A2. Right? Now A1 plus A2 means what? S2, sum of first two terms. Right? And A1 means what? S1. So we can write like this: S2 minus S1. So here A2 is equal to A1 plus A2 minus A1. So A1 cut. Alternately it means that this is the formula of S2 and this is S1. So S2 minus S1. Similarly, if we want to find the A3, so we can write like this: A1 plus A2 plus A3 minus A1 plus A2. So this A1 cut, A2 cut, finally A3 is remaining. Now A1 plus A2 plus A3, that means sum of first three terms. A1 plus A2 plus A3, it means sum of first three terms. It is represented by S3 minus A1 plus A2, sum of first two terms. It is represented by S2. Right? So A3 is equal to S3 minus S2. So on. If we want to find the An, here just see the pattern: A2 S2 minus S1, A3 S3 minus S2. That means first number is 7, 3 3. So here even if we want to find An, so n and 7. After that here 3 is there, so here 2 is there. 3 minus 1 2. Here 2 is there, so here 1 is there. 2 minus 1 1. That means we need to subtract 1. So here as n minus 1. Because here we have n, so here we need to put as n minus 1. So alternately, we generate one formula for An. An is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay, An is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. That means if we want to find A5, so alternately formula is that An is equal to Sn, that means S5 minus Sn minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So A5 is equal to S5 minus S4. If you want to find the A9, so S9 minus S8. Okay, n and 7, n minus 1, 8. So A9 is equal to S9 minus S8. Okay, so here we have one formula: An is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay, we have one more way for this formula. If total 5 terms are there, okay, and here 4 terms are there, so this is called S5 and this is called S4. Now if you subtract S5 minus S4, so these 4 terms are cut. So what is remaining? Your fifth term, A5. Right? So A5 is equal to S5 minus S4. A5 is equal to S5 minus S4. It means An is equal to Sn minus 1. Okay. After that, common difference D. Common difference D. How can you find the difference D between any two adjacent terms? Now here I already tell you one thing. That means difference D is same for whole series. You can take difference of any two adjacent terms of whole series. You can take difference of any two adjacent terms of a whole series. That means difference D is equal to A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 is equal to A4 minus A3. Okay, in all the terms difference D is 7. So you can find out the difference D by subtracting any two adjacent terms. Okay, so difference D is equal to A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3, so on an minus 1. Okay, here 4 is there, so 4 minus 1 3. Here 3 is there, so 3 minus 1 2. Here 2 is there, so 2 minus 1 1. Here n is there, so n minus 1. Okay, alternating an minus 1. You need to take any two adjacent term. Okay, and first of all you need to put the higher order term. That means if you select a4 and a5, so you need to subtract a5 minus a4. Okay, higher order term you need to take first. So here an minus 1. But basically in most of the time we just use this formula a2 minus a1. Most of the time we use this formula a2 minus a1. Okay. Now last thing is n. N is always positive integer because n represents order of the term. Order of the term cannot be negative. N represents order of the term. That means you cannot find a minus fifth term. Okay, because series is always start with the first term. That's why it is written that n is always positive integer. Okay, we cannot find the minus seventh term. Every series is start with the first term, second term, third term. Okay, so n is positive number. Second thing, it cannot be a decimal number. That means we cannot find the 4.5th term. Right? We cannot find the 7.2 term. Either it can be 7th term, otherwise it can be 8th term. That's why one important line is here, n is always positive integer. Right? Positive and integer number. Because it cannot be negative number, it cannot be decimal number. And series is always start with the first term. Okay, so n is always positive integer. So now quickly repeat all these things. First of all, definition for AP, difference D of any two adjacent term is sum. Okay, A first term, difference D common difference, and order AN nth term and SN addition of first nth term. Okay, now for finding out nth term AN, A plus n minus 1D. For finding out the sum of first nth term SN, if A and D are given, then n by 2 in bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. If first term and last term are given to you, n by 2 a plus an. Okay, a is equals to an is equals to s1. You can find the an from Sn even. So an is equals to Sn minus s n minus 1. Difference d is equals to a2 minus a1, an minus 1, and n is always positive integer. Okay, so students, here our theory part of this chapter is complete. If you have any doubt in this theory, you can write down in comment section. I will give you the answer.